That's a girl who loves her James Bond. Finally. Not to mention loving her nest box. And Gidget has returned to her box. I took the toothpick out day before yesterday, and she has just gone back in it again. So I suspect things will start happening there again pretty soon too. I haven't seen Fluffy in a long time. Maybe we should take a peek. I'm doing as little messing with her as possible, but I do need to know what's going on in there. So Wednesday, which this is Tuesday, so tomorrow, it was the day I was going to check everybody's eggs. I checked Razzle and Remington's eggs. They had 3 eggs. One was brand new and had only a yolk in it, and the other 2 both had graduated signs of an embryo. One a little teeny tiny thing, and the other one a bigger thing. Luscious's was less clear as to what was going on, but she did have at least one viable embryo going in there. And she had 2 infertile eggs. I'm going to guess one of them was the first one she laid, and the other one was the last one she laid, and just hadn't developed yet. First one infertile, the last one not developed yet. But I haven't checked her yet. So I couldn't stand the wait anymore, and I checked, and I thought, oh, I probably won't even be able to tell anything. But contrary to my own belief, when I took out Remington's egg, she has laid a 4th egg. So once again, I find one that is completely clear, just yolk, because she just laid it. And the other 3 eggs all have, wait for it, living embryos in graduated sizes. Yay! Really getting into development too. I mean, that it was very obvious that they were developed far beyond what they were 2 days ago, when I checked them on Sunday. So that coupled with one of my friends in the hobby has birds on eggs, and they went through an over 100-degree heat wave for several days running, and all their eggs hatched anyway. So I'm going to say we're good to go. This is a summer breeding program that's going to happen. I'm going to check eggs tomorrow, and make a film, because there's another reason why I'm checking eggs, which is the clutch reduction situation. It looks to me, Luscious has 5 eggs. As I said, 2 were clear yolks, which means to me, the first one probably was infertile, and the last one she had just laid hadn't started to develop yet. One of the other 3, the middle 3 eggs, was clearly a developing embryo. The other 2 had, I saw some signs of development in them, but it was a little hard to tell. And the thing that concerned me about them is they both had really big air sacs. And it's not really time for them to have really big air sacs. So I fear maybe the embryo has fizzled and they are drying out. But I'll know more when I candle everybody's eggs tomorrow. And I don't know if she's laid a 6th egg yet or not. We'll just have to wait and see. The weather's lovely, and it's going to be 80s and 90. It will get up to 90 a few times in the next week and a half, and then we have a day, one random day out in the future projected to be 107 degrees. Who knows if that's really going to happen? It's far enough out so that it could change 3 times by the time the day actually comes, and we all know that, you know, my weather widget sucks. So, but anyway, so tomorrow we're going to be candling eggs for the purpose of an embryo count. I need to know who has how many developing eggs. I suspect that Luscious here has maybe 1 or 2, which means that she's in a position to foster an egg from one of the other hens. Oh, look, Fluffy's out. Let's take a peek. What we got here, Fluff? Ooh, 4 pretty eggs. Isn't that nice? And I just dropped her toothpick. There, let's put it back. Once they get used to the toothpick, I was thinking I would take the toothpick out, you know, when the weather cooled down, but once they get used to it, I don't want to mess with it again, because then I'm used to it when I put it back in again. So once they lay eggs and get settled on them, I will put the toothpick in for the summer breeding and leave it there. Because they're not going to get too cold. I mean, we do get down into the 50s at night, but, you know, they got shelter and feathers and everything else. It's the heat that I'm worried about. So, so that's a note to all. You cannot put toothpicks in a nest box for a hen that has not started laying eggs yet, because she'll reject the nest box. You have to wait until she's committed and there's an egg in there, and then you can put the toothpick in the corner of the nest box to provide ventilation. I'm starting to really worry about Kelly. She has a gigantic egg bump. However, she's back in the box, convincingly, because I took the toothpick out. And I don't know, she's eating, she's drinking. I gave her electrolytes. She's not dehydrated. I'm wondering if she's actually going to lay an egg. And I don't see her hunched up, fluffed up, pumping tail, all the indications of difficult labor. So I don't really know what's going on, but that egg bump is massive. So I'm not really quite sure. She should have laid that egg a week ago. I don't know what happened. Miss Rainbow has disappeared into her box. She's finally a lady in waiting. So the progression is they explore the nest box. They renew their bond with their mates. They start breeding, and they go into the nest box and start just sitting in there. And they will sit in there for days. And I suspect sitting in the nest box with the change of light and the stable temperature and the reduced stimulation and everything lets her know 2 things. 1, there's nothing coming to visit the nest box that she doesn't want there. And 2, it's shifting her hormones into egg-laying mode. So she has several days of egg box sitting before an egg comes. And Miss... Okay, I'm having a brain fade. This is Lilith. Miss Lilith has finally started going into that nest box. So here's something interesting. These hens have been dragging their feet as far as getting settled. I think Breezy for other reasons, but Gidget, Kelly, and Laurel have really, and Rainbow have really been dragging their feet. And here's the thing, I suspect those plates full of water and a lettuce leaf moved them forward. They're birds from the desert, and their trigger that it's time to breed is when there's water and greens around. Because, of course, if you live in a desert, you know that the minute the rain hits the ground, the plants start to grow. And they have a very short growing season, so they grow fast and furious. So I think by trying to cool them down with a plate full of water and a lettuce leaf, what I ended up doing was stimulating breeding. Because it's leafy greens and water. And Gidget played in hers all day long. The way I know that is because I came out and had to refill the plate like 4 times, and her entire tray under the cage had a half an inch of water in it. I never saw her do that, though. She won't do it when I'm looking, which is kind of unfortunate, because maybe what I'll do is next time we have a day over 90 degrees and I put the plates out, I'll set up the camera, put the plate in, turn it on, and leave for 5 minutes and see if we can catch her. So Miss Breezy is clearly moving into that nest box, and her bond is thrilled. You did it, boy. I'm so proud of you. He's yours forever, so you earned it. So yeah, things are moving along here, and I'm way less worried. The fact that a 105-degree day, every single one of Remington's embryos, and the one that she just laid now has a little spot inside of it, and the other two are much more developed, tells me that the heat is not going to kill these embryos. These birds are adapted to heat. So, you know, with all the little boosts I'm giving them, I think they're going to be just fine. Exciting summer breeding season. Woohoo!